You gotta show me now. What would I do without you? Are we supposed to know if we will never grow? It's not a perfect life. I can't sleep at night.
Hey guys, Operator Drewski here, and today we are going to be talking about my new PC rig. As you guys know, if you've been watching the streams or my recent videos, you've known that at least my stream watchers, do know that my streams were kind of laggy, and I also had a problem with render times of videos that were like, let's say Arma 3 operations that were like 40 minutes long. Some of those videos would take hours to render out from Adobe Premiere into like 1440p or even 4K sometimes whenever I rendered them in that, and it would take hours, sometimes a day, to render some 4K videos, and therefore I needed a new PC for a long time. And I tried to elongate my old PC, which was an i7-4770K with DDR3 RAM. I tried to elongate its life as much as I could because it was a good PC back in 2013, and even now it can still play almost any game I want it to play at super high frames. And if I'm not recording and streaming and doing all that type of stuff, it's still one of the best like PCs out there for gaming in my opinion, and still a 4770K can still pull its own weight very well. But whenever I got into YouTube, whenever I got into recording, editing, streaming, rendering things, it started to lag. Whenever I was streaming, for example, the gameplay would either be 30 FPS or the stream would be 30 FPS. What I mean by that is that I would be either playing the game at 30 FPS, for example, Battlefield 1 did this to me, where the stream would be running fine, but then my game would be at like 30 to 40 FPS, and it would jitter up and down really bad. Then when I was playing Rainbow Six Siege, again, the CPU usage was like at 100%, and so my OBS, my streaming program, would be at like streaming 15 frames per second out. So the stream viewers would be saying in chat like, hey Drewski, this is super laggy for us, please help. And I didn't even know because my game was running perfectly fine. That's just how a 100% CPU usage type of stream goes. One of your programs is going to lag, either the stream or the game itself. And I needed to fix that. I don't want to give you guys streams that are crappy in like 15 frames per second, and it's worth the big investment for me to upgrade, and so you guys actually have good streams that you can watch. So, I got a big PC. I kind of upgraded a lot of parts. I transferred some parts over as well. So the full price wasn't paid all in one purchase, but the GTX 1080 and some of the graphics, or some of the hard drives and solid state drives were transferred over from my old one into my new PC. So yeah, let's go over the parts list. First off, I bought this same exact case that I used to have, except this one is the Airflow edition. It is a Corsair Obsidian Series 750D, and honestly, I'm not sponsored, but this is one of the best cases you can get on the market right now, and I seriously love it. It's also one of the most popular on PC Part Picker, so I know that I'm kind of in the popular majority of people who also like these cases, and I'm happy to say that it's popular because this is an amazing case. It's gigantic. It has like tool-free installation of all your hard drives and SSDs, which is super nice if you're like switching SSDs out and stuff. Its optical drive installation is also toolless. Anything on the front area is toolless. It also has 3 fans that come with it, all 140mm, really quiet fans. Like I'm actually running it right beside the microphone right now, and I can barely hear it myself. I'm wearing a headset though. But it is a great case. I highly recommend it. It's huge. It's great for workstation PCs. And the importance of keeping your motherboard and RAM cool is not really talked about a lot, but it is actually really important. Your motherboard gets hot. Your motherboard gets really hot. And making sure that you have good airflow throughout your entire case with a big boxy case like this and with a lot of fans is really important to the safety of your PC. The processor is a Broadwell E Intel Core i7-6800K. This is a processor that has 6 cores, it has 12 threads, its operating frequency is 3.4 GHz with a turbo frequency of 3.6. Its L2 cache is 6 by 256 kilobytes, and its L3 cache is 15 megabytes. It is a 14 nanometer processor as well, so it's basically pretty new, and it's the newest 6-core processor you can get in the Intel line. I also purchased the MSI X99 Gaming Pro Carbon motherboard. This is an amazing RGB motherboard that looks really cool. I was originally going to actually have my case red, all red, and that's why I put the case lighting originally red, and in my old PC it was red. But I switched on blue by accident, and I looked at it, and I was like, whoa. The contrast of the motherboard RGB being red and then the case lighting being blue was like, oh my gosh, it looks really cool. And also, my old PC was called, and I don't think I ever called this in public, but it was called the Sand Trooper. It was a Sand Trooper PC because it was all red and stuff. My new PC, I'm calling the Stormtrooper because it's all blue, and it looks really cool. So, This one's a stormtrooper, that one was a sand trooper, and so yeah, it's pretty Star Warsy and stuff. The new motherboard has 4 times PCIe 3.0 slots. It has 2 times PCIe 2.0 and 10 SATA 3 ports. That's a lot for all my hard drives and solid state drives, because I think I have 6 drives in total. No, 7 including the DVD drive, 8 including the USB port on the front. So I have 8. I'm using 8 out of 10 SATA 3 ports right now, which is crazy. But I have there's also, I think, a 1 M.2 slot on the motherboard as well. There's a Realtek 7.1 audio card or whatever chip. There's 4 times USB 3.1 Gen 1s. There's 1 times USB 3.1 Gen 2. There's 1 times USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type-C port. All these names, you just name him Bob or something. And then there's 4 times USB 2.0. So there's a lot of USBs that I can plug in. I could plug in so many iPhone chargers. I would be rich. If I came to school with this PC and people needed a charger, heck yeah, I would just bring this entire box and just say, plug it in, fella. Oh god, that's gonna be quoted. I have a MSI GTX 1080 8GB with this, and we will be doing benchmarks soon. I'm just going over the specs. I'm sorry for the people I'm boring. I will post the time of the benchmarks right now. This is an amazing graphics card that can handle 1080p easy. It can handle 1440p gaming and even 4K gaming. You'll see in some of the benchmarks, I actually was playing, I think, Metro Last Light 4K at like 55 FPS on highest settings. That's crazy. That's like, oh my gosh, that's good. That's really good. 4K at 55 FPS. I was also playing Tomb Raider at 4K easily. It was really easy to do. I don't have a 4K monitor, but you can still set the resolution or the SSAA to equal 4K, so it basically worked the same. Arma 3 actually ran at 4K really easily too. I think I was getting like 45 to 50 frames at 4K, which is super nice. And it's just really crazy being able to play games at 4K resolution, which it still mind boggles me a little bit. Now with this fancy dancy motherboard and the fancy dancy processor, I had to get a ton of fancy smancy RAM, so I got not 8, not 16, but 32 gigabytes of DDR4 2400 megahertz RAM. And you might ask, oh, why did you get lower megahertz RAM if it's DDR4? Well, RAM speed doesn't really matter. RAM is RAM, and that's the best way to describe it. There's a lot of benchmarks out there that really compare RAM speeds, and it's totally within margin of error, to be honest, unless you're like doing crazy errorless RAM type of things where you need like a Xeon motherboard and stuff like that. It's not really a important thing. To cool the processor, I didn't want one of those Intel stock coolers. You know, those are bad. I didn't want one, so I got another Corsair product. Again, not sponsored. I sound like I'm sponsored, but maybe I'm just a Corsair and MSI fanboy. I got a Corsair H115i. This is a 280mm dual radiator, which is crazy. Yeah, it's super big. It was bigger than I think I got a 240 in my last one. Let me look behind me. I think oh yeah, I had an H105 with my old PC. Now I have a H115i, which I don't know the difference other than just a 240 to a 280mm radiator. But this radiator is crazy. The PC runs, I think right now it's actually running at 27 Celsius while I'm recording this, and I'm recording this with OBS, and like Chrome has like, I think 8 tabs open, Discord's up, so it's not really doing anything. The CPU usage is at 8%, but whenever I'm playing games, I don't think it's gone above 45 Celsius, which is really good. Especially when it's like I'm streaming and playing a game, I still don't think it's gone above 45 Celsius, which is crazy. Go look back at my Twitch live streams where I had the MSI Afterburner up at the top left, and you can see it's insane how cool this radiator is. The storage devices I have in this PC are 2 solid state drives and 3 hard drives. There's a Samsung 850 EVO 256GB and a Samsung 850 Pro 256GB. I don't know the big difference in them. I got one for free, so it's okay. I have 2 Western Digital Black 2TB and 1 Seagate Barracuda 3TB. So there's a lot of space for recordings and also extra games that I throw into those as well. So basically, this PC is crazy. Let's go into the benchmarks, because I know you guys just want to go straight into those and want to see how good this PC is. How many PC master races can we get per second? But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the video and enjoy the benchmarks as well, and I'll see you in the next one.